Joannes Kappeyne van der Coppello was a Dutch liberal politician. He was Prime Minister of the Netherlands between 1877 and 1879. Career before politics. After attending the public primary school Outercourt in The Hague, Kappeyne was homeschooled by his father, who was rector of the Gymnasium of The Hague and taught Greek as secondary education. Guillaume Groen van Pristra, a prominent Protestant Christian politician, became his guardian after the death of his father in 1840. In that year he began to study Roman and contemporary law at the University of Leiden. In 1845 he became lawyer in The Hague. In 1860 Kappeyne was elected into the City Council of The Hague as a liberal. Political career. In 1862 Kappeyne was elected into the Dutch House of Representatives as a liberal for The Hague. He was elected on a put-in ticket. Fransen van der Putte, who was a minister at the time, wanted to steer a more conservative colonial course. In the 1866 elections he was defeated by the conservative F de Casombrut. In 1871 he was elected into the House of Representatives as a liberal for Haarlem, defeating the conservative W. van Gerlstein. In the 1875 elections he defeated the conservative M. J. van Lenne. He was political leader of the Liberals between 1876 and 1877. In Parliament he was known for his comical amendments. In 1877 Kappeyne was formator of a Liberal cabinet. Kappeyne became Minister of Home Affairs, and he gave up his seat in Parliament. He was appointed chairperson of the Council of Ministers, formally temporarily, but he was the political leader of the cabinet. As minister he enacted important laws, such as a new law on primary education. This law put higher demands on the quality of school buildings and the pay and education of teachers. This raised the financial burdens of primary schools. Only public schools received state subsidies, however. Religious schools, which were not able to sustain the financial burdens, were in effect forbidden. This led to staunch opposition as part of the school's struggle of anti-revolutionary and Catholic members of Parliament, and a citizens' petition. Kappeyne, however, did not change his mind. On 10 June 1879 the law on the channels which he proposed was rejected by Parliament. Kappeyne asked the king to dismiss him. King William III refused, however. On 2 July, he asked the king to allow constitutional revision. William III refused, and Kappeyne asked the king to dismiss him again, and William III finally dismissed Kappeyne. Behind the fall of the Kappeyne cabinet lay a conflict between the factions of the progressive liberals and the more moderate liberals. Career after politics. In 1879 he returned to his lawyer's office in The Hague, but Kappeyne attempted to gain a seat in Parliament in the 1880, 1883 and 1884 elections. He was however defeated every time. In 1880 he was defeated over the district of Amsterdam by the liberal J. G. Gleikman, in 1883 in Amsterdam by the liberal conservative A. Gildemeister, and in 1884 by the liberal J. Duijvis. He remained lawyer until his death in 1895. In this period he refused a request by the University of Leiden to become honorary professor of law. In 1888 Kappeyne was elected into the Senate as a liberal for North Holland. In the Senate, Kappeyne took a more conservative course, as he had previously done, and remained a backbencher. Miscellaneous facts. He was seen as an amusing debater, a workaholic and a skilled lawyer. The name Kappeyne, which was his great-grandmother's, was added in 1811 to the name van der Coppello by his father, Joannes Kappeyne van der Coppello. He was known to work in the night until dawn, preferably in his negligee lying on the floor of the living room, surrounded by books and papers. Kappeyne did not care particularly for clothes and appearances. He often looked ragtag. He was made Knight in the Order of the Dutch Lion in 1874, and he was promoted to Commander in the Order of the Dutch Lion in 1878. Kappeyne remained unmarried. He was a member of the Dutch Reformed Church.